The late Isabella Blow, also known as Izzy, was a fixture on the international fashion circuit. As a stylist, an editor, and a fashion arbiter, Blow's influence was far-reaching.
Isabella was an incredible discoverer and proselytizer of talent.
She discovered Philip Treacy. There was Hussein.
Sophie Dahl.
Honor Fraser.
Stella Tennant.
She was related to a lot of them, in fact. She called me up when I was living in Paris and said I had to come and see this new designer, his first show, and it was McQueen.
For him, she was a huge inspiration at the beginning and a huge help, frankly, you know, to have this important person in the fashion world, to have her stamp of approval.
Isabella was also the inspiration behind a 2003 Philip Tracy design exhibit and an accompanying book with drawings by Hilary Knight.
Many of these hats sort of reflect elements of their friendship or have been very much inspired by Isabella's background.
She wears hats like she's not really wearing a hat at all, which is really her magic. She breathes life into hats.
Over the years, our cameras recorded Isabella's unique style. And in 1997, she talked to us about some of her discoveries in the fashion business.
When it comes to fashion, especially in London, all the major designers, you're always connected to them. What does fashion mean to you?
My life. I think models really are about attitude, you know, in life. Who do you love? The people that make you laugh. Who do you want to be with? The people that are fun. I think all those girls share that in common. They're very, very British, and London is where everyone wants to be, thank God. And our girls are doing really well. I discovered Alexander when he was at college, and I couldn't actually get a seat for his show, but I bought every piece in his collection. And I've followed him for since he began, since he was a little boy on the dole. And I've given him a standing ovation since he started with his mother. Always two people in the audience that stand, his mother and myself. So we stick together, and I'm very excited about Alexander. I always go at midnight and hug him and kiss him and just have a quick look through the collection and wish him all my best.
In 2007, Alexander McQueen showed a collection that was a tribute to his former muse, whose untimely death left a void in the fashion world.
The show is a homage to the lovely late Izzy Blow.
You know, Alexander McQueen was clearly protege, you know, in the fashion arena, who went on to have the greatest sort of international resonance, I suppose.
She was just one of those people who kind of makes the fashion industry the kind of curious, creative energy that it is.
In the case of Izzy, you know, the fashion world was a place that really appreciated this major, original, flamboyant, eccentric vision. And then sort of as the years went on, you know, she never gave up on that eccentricity, always on the side of the misfit shows, the things that didn't really just commercially, smoothly fit in. So she was very important that way as a champion for visions. I don't know, even in the fashion world, if she really fit either. Her vision of herself, both as the sort of grand thing and then probably also as the opposite. You know, there was a huge amount of conflict about her self-vision, and at the end, you know, as we know, she died by suicide, and, you know, all of the love of fashion in the world couldn't help her interior life, but she sure, for a bright and shining moment, made the fashion world a much more interesting place.